Chapter 7. Whatever possessed her. Gianna interrupted Adeline. Ready, everyone? Then she started reading the chant. Daisy kept speaking during the reading. You all, cemeteries are a bad idea for me. There's something I should tell you. Gianna kept chanting. Bea joined in, grinning. Ada, however, blew out her candle. Adeline is right, Gianna. We need to tell Daisy the truth. She shared a look with Adeline. For the first time in weeks, Adeline felt like herself again. Everything would be okay now. She was sure, at least for a brief moment. Suddenly, Adeline saw something happening to her candle. The wick lit up all by itself. Ada's wick lit up too. Gianna's hair started to stick up. It looked as if she were under water. Adeline suddenly felt frozen in place. She couldn't let go of the candle. You guys, Daisy said, her voice panicky. Adeline shifted her gaze to Daisy and gasped. Daisy was sitting cross-legged, but her whole body was raised. Her hair looked as if she were underwater too. Adeline felt something buzz under her skin. Oh no! Her own hair was rising up. What is happening? Bea asked, seeming a little afraid for the first time. Gianna couldn't respond. Her voice continued saying the chant, but it didn't sound like her voice anymore. It sounded more like several voices speaking at once. Her eyes were wild. Adeline had a feeling that Gianna wasn't in control anymore. Daisy cried, "It's happening again! I can't believe it's happening again! No, 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 no! I won't let this happen again!" Her voice was terrified. Adeline's heart felt like it would explode. She tried to blow out her candle. She tried to let it go. She tried to move at all, but she couldn't. She was stuck in place. Tears ran down her cheeks. Suddenly, Daisy's eyes turned white. Her head flung back. Her whole body shook in the air. She let go of her candle, but instead of falling to the ground, it floated in place. Adeline could barely breathe. Daisy's body finally stopped shaking. Her head snapped forward. She was looking straight ahead. Slowly, she turned her head toward Gianna. Gianna's lips kept moving. Her eyes darted around wildly. "I have to thank you, girls, for bringing Daisy back to us," said a deep, trembling voice coming out of Daisy's mouth. Like Gianna's, this voice had the echo of many voices. The voices were deep, dark, and whispery. When she was little, we were able to possess her. But she fought us off. For so long, we were lost. Now we found her again. Whatever was moving Daisy's body smiled, but it wasn't Daisy's usual pretty smile. It was evil. And now we found you too. We hope you're ready to invite us in. Adeline felt the buzzing in her body increase. She tried to move, but it was no use. Vision started to blur. Her vision started to blur. She found she could still use her voice, though. "Daisy," she said, "fight it again! We believe in you! I'm so sorry! Please!" If she could have cried, Adeline would have been sobbing. Instead, she felt her throat close up. The ability to talk went away. She turned her head a little bit and saw that both Bea's and Ada's eyes had turned white. Gianna's were almost totally white, too. An evil laugh echoed around them. The wind whipped through the cemetery. Despair flooded Adeline. There was no way out.
At night, there was no way out.
Her vision faded. Blackness was taking over. But before she lost her hearing, a voice rang out. "Let go of our friend, you creep!"
Our friend, you creep.